Mall of America. The Mall of America is a shopping mall located in Bloomington, Minnesota, a suburb of the Twin Cities in Minnesota, United States. It lies southeast of the junction of Interstate 494 and Minnesota State Highway 77, north of the Minnesota River, and across the interstate from the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. It opened in 1992, and is the seventh largest shopping mall in the world, and the largest in the Western Hemisphere. The mall is managed by the 555 Group. Approximately 40 million people visit the mall annually, and 80% of visitors are from Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Nebraska, the Dakotas, Illinois, Ohio, and Canada. In addition to the mall, outside of the mall are additional hotels, restaurants, and stores. The Mall of America and the additional businesses meet at the South Loop District in Bloomington, Minnesota. History. The mall's concept was designed by the 555 Group, owned by the Ghermezian brothers, who also own the second largest shopping mall in North America, the West Edmonton Mall. The Mall of America is located on the site of the former Metropolitan Stadium, where the Minnesota Vikings and Minnesota Twins played until the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome opened in 1982. A plaque in the mall's amusement park commemorates the former location of home plate, and one seat from Met Stadium was placed in Mall of America at the exact location it occupied in the stadium, commemorating a 520-foot home run hit by Hall of Famer Harmon Killebrew on June 3, 1967. In 1986, the Bloomington Port Authority signed an agreement with the Ghermezian organization. Groundbreaking for the mall took place on June 14, 1989. Organizations involved include Melvin Simon and Associates, Teachers Insurance and Annuity, and the Office of Architect John Jerd. Mall of America opened its doors to the public on August 11, 1992. Its anchors were Nordstrom, Macy's, Bloomingdale's and Sears. Even before opening, the mall had earned several nicknames, including the Mega Mall, Sprawl of America, Huge Dale, in reference to the four major Dale shopping malls within the Twin Cities, Rosedale, Southdale, Ridgedale and the now-defunct Brookdale. Mall of America became the largest shopping mall in total area and largest in total store vendors in the United States when it opened. The Mall of America's 42 million annual visitors equal roughly 8 times the population of the state of Minnesota. As of 2015, the mall employed over 11,000 workers year-round and 13,000 during peak seasons. On September 4, 1995, the mall hosted the first episode of WCW Monday Nitro. In spring 2020, Mall of America closed for a period of 12 weeks in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, closing on March 17, and reopened on June 10 with only 150 tenants open for business. The mall was originally scheduled to reopen on June 1, but civil unrest in the Twin Cities around this time caused the mall to postpone the reopening. Legal battle. In 2003, after a protracted 6-year legal battle between Simon Property Group, the managing general partner of the property, and the Ghermezian brothers / 555 Group, over majority ownership of the site, a federal appeals court ruled in favor of the Ghermezians, effectively transferring control and planning authority of the mall back to the creator of the concept. The dispute stemmed from a 1999 purchase of Teachers Insurance's 27.5% equity stake by Simon Properties, giving them majority ownership. The Ghermezians claimed they were never told of the deal and sued Simon, citing fiduciary responsibility. On November 3, 2006, the Ghermezians gained full control of Mall of America by spending $1 billion. Expansions. On May 18, 2008, the Mall of America received a tax break for a proposed $2 billion expansion. The bill gave the city of Bloomington the ability to increase taxes on sales, lodging and food and beverages to finance a parking ramp at the mall. On March 24, 2012, the 555 Group announced the start of a $200 million expansion that would build into the north parking lot of the mall. The plans called for an additional hotel and an additional 200,000 square feet of retail space. The project broke ground in the fall of 2013 and began opening in stages in the summer of 2015. In March 2014, ground was broken on the mall's north side for the $104 million, 14-story JW Marriott Hotel, owned and financed by the Shakopee Mdewakanton Sioux community. In 2018, it was announced that MOA had proposed to build an indoor water park, with a cost between $150 to $200 million for the project. Architecture. The Mall of America has a gross area of 4,870,000 square feet or 96.4 acres, enough to fit 7 Yankee stadiums inside. The mall is nearly symmetric, with a roughly rectangular floor plan. More than 530 stores are arranged along 3 levels of pedestrian walkways on the sides of the rectangle, with a 4th level on the east side. 4 anchor department stores are located at the corners. The mall is organized into 4 different zones. Each of those zones had its own decorative style until a series of renovations from 2010 to 2015 led to a unified and more luxurious style, as well as to coincide with the mall's first major expansion. The mall's food court is on the 3rd floor. Despite Minnesota's cold winters, only the mall's entrances and some below-ground areas are heated. Heat is allowed in through skylights above the central amusement park area. The majority of the heat is produced by lighting fixtures, other electric devices and people in the mall. In fact, even during the winter, air conditioning systems may still be in use during peak hours to ensure a comfortable shopping environment. Although the common areas are unheated, the individual stores do have heating systems. 2 nearly identical 7-story parking ramps on the east and west sides of the mall provide 12,287 parking spaces. Overflow parking north of the building provides an additional 1,200 to 1,500 spaces, and 1,407 spaces are provided by IKEA, which opened in July 2004. Tenants. During its run as an all-encompassing entertainment and retail venue, certain aspects, particularly its bars, have come under scrutiny. In early 2000, a Mardi Gras-themed bar, Fat Tuesday, shut its doors due to indecent exposure and alcohol-related offenses. On November 29, 2011, Google announced indoor maps for Mall of America along with several other places like airports, parks and public spaces. On January 3, 2012, Macy's Incorporated announced it would close its Bloomingdale's location at the Mall of America after nearly 2 decades. The theaters at Mall of America opened 3 days after the grand opening of the mall. Initially, the cinema was run by General Cinemas, but it was bought out and rebranded by AMC Theaters, and eventually operated by mall management. The cinema occupied the south side of the 4th floor through December 2016, when it closed permanently. It was replaced by Cinemex subsidiary CMX Cinemas in late 2017. On December 28, 2018, it was announced that Sears would be closing as part of a plan to close 80 stores nationwide. There are also junior anchors, including LL Bean, Barnes & Noble, DSW, Marshalls, as well as the former Best Buy and American Girl stores, with the latter being replaced with a 24,000 square foot M&M's retail store, which opened in late 2020. Attractions. Nickelodeon Universe is an indoor theme park in the center of the mall. The park features roller coasters, among numerous other rides and attractions, including many not related to Nickelodeon, and is the largest indoor theme park in the United States. Unlike many indoor amusement parks, Nickelodeon Universe has a great deal of natural foliage in and about the park, and its floor has a wide variance in height. The highest ground level in the park is 15 feet above the lowest. The rides include the roller coasters SpongeBob SquarePants Rock Bottom Plunge, Fairly Odd Coaster, Back at the Barnyard Hayride and Avatar Airbender, and a thrill ride called Brain Surge. It also has a miniature golfing section called Moose Mountain. This miniature golf course features 18 holes on a relatively fast AstroTurf surface. At the Sea Life Minnesota Aquarium, guests travel through a 300-foot-long curved tunnel through 14 feet of water to view over 4,500 sea creatures including sharks, turtles, stingrays and many more. Sea Life Minnesota Aquarium offers special events such as sleepovers, scuba diving, snorkeling and birthday parties.